Hello, welcome back. Today I'll be making our smoky jollof rice. Smoky jollof rice is a special recipe that is often prepared on special occasions in Nigeria. That is why it is often called party jollof rice. It is very delicious. Today is my daughter's birthday, so she has requested for this special rice. I'll be making this with basmati rice. Risky, right? You got it. One of the key ingredients to use is the meat stock. This is turkey wings, beef shoulder and tilapia fish, which I prepared yesterday. You will see how I prepared them in the link on the screen and in the description below. From this, I'm able to get my meat stock that I will use to prepare this jollof rice. As you can see, the beef is made dry. I hardly cook with beef, but when I do, I prefer to use the shoulder part. It's very tasty and the meat is in strand form. I am not quite done with the meat and the fish. Keep watching to see how I finish preparing them. This is the stock from the turkey and the beef. I like to prepare my meat earlier so that I can put the stock in the fridge for the fat from the meat to settle on the top. I can then scoop it out before I use the stock. For your smoky jollof rice to get the right taste and color, you need a good amount of a mixture of tomatoes, red pepper, bell pepper, onions, chili, garlic, ginger, and including canned tomato paste. This will be enough for 4 cups of rice. I have cut all the red peppers, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. I'm going to be roasting it in the oven for 30 minutes. While that is in the oven, I'm going to prepare the tomato paste. I used 20 grams of tomato paste. Heat up a cooking spoon of vegetable oil, add some chopped onions, add your tomato paste and fry it until it's very dry. It's been 30 minutes now and the tomatoes and peppers are roasted. I'm gonna put them in the blender and blend it to a smooth paste. As you can see, the excess water that you see in tomatoes and peppers are no longer there. When I blend it now, it's going to be very thick. Add some ginger. The ginger helps to bring out that smoky flavor or taste that we want. I'll be adding this to my already fried canned tomato paste. But before then, I will add another 1 cooking spoon of vegetable oil and some chopped onions. Another key ingredient is bay leaves. The smoky flavor will not be complete without bay leaves. Here I have added 4 bay leaves. At this point, I will not be adding any other seasoning. Remember that I have a big bowl of meat stock filled with seasoning. Adding seasoning at this point will just be like I'm inviting disaster. I'll be frying this paste some more. Keep watching and I will show you how you will know when it is good to go. When you are frying the tomato paste, use a wooden or non-metal spatula with a flat end to be turning it or mixing it. It will help it not to burn. If you are using a non-stick pot, the better for you. I know that it is more difficult to fry the tomato paste without much oil. Some people will be tempted to add more oil. Please don't be tempted. Remember that the food is still going into your body. Just keep turning it with a spatula and it will not burn. How do you know when the tomato is fried enough? Look at this. At the beginning, when I added the tomato paste, the oil and the tomatoes blended together. You could hardly see the oil. But look at this, you can see the oil is coming out again and the tomato is looking dry. So at this point, the tomato is fried enough. Add the washed rice and mix very well. The rice will soak up the smoky flavor. I washed my rice with boiling water and subsequently with cold water until the water is clear. It will reduce the excess starch in the rice. This is very important, otherwise your jollof rice will be soggy or mushy. After mixing it very well, I will just leave it on the heat while I warm up my meat stock in the microwave. It is very important that any liquid you are adding at this point is piping hot. You wouldn't want to add cold liquid into your rice and leave it to sit there until it starts to boil, especially if you are cooking with basmati rice. Now that I have added my meat stock that is filled with seasoning, I can now taste to see how much seasoning and salt it still needs. I will put a list of all the seasonings that I used in the description below. Add the dry beef into the pot and add more hot water if the water is not enough. The water should just be on the same level or slightly above the rice level. The food will be done basically by steaming. Use a kitchen foil and cover the pot very well. Reduce the heat and cook for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, let me see how the rice is getting on. I can see that the water has dried, but the rice is not yet done. And it seems the rice is beginning to burn. So I will cover it back with the foil and reduce the heat further. I will leave it to steam for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, let's check it again to see how it is now. Yes, the rice is almost the way I want it. I'll just put up the heat and cover it back with the kitchen foil for another 5 minutes and it will be just perfect. I'll be stewing the turkey and the fish, and these are the ingredients I will use. My party smoky jollof rice is done. The whole neighborhood can perceive the delicious aroma coming from this jollof rice. The quantity of the oil and the tomatoes and peppers that I used are just right for the 4 cups of rice I cooked. So when you are making more than 4 cups of rice, then you have to use more quantity of tomatoes and pepper to get the right colors and the right taste for the rice. This smoky jollof rice is absolutely delicious. And look at the hard, dry beef I showed you at the beginning. You see how I'm using plastic cutlery to cut it. It's now very soft and succulent and very delicious. This is what you get when you use the beef shoulder. The meat is in strand form. Very delicious. Thank you so much for following each step of this cooking procedure. I hope your party smoky jollof rice will be as tasty as mine. Cook and enjoy, and see you in my next video. Bye.